morning, Flosstube. This is Jody, Simply Stitching Ocala, and welcome back. My channel is primarily about cross stitch finishes, haul, all the things, a little bit of quilting thrown in sometimes. It's been a little bit since I've been here. Been probably 8 weeks, I think, because I'm 7 weeks right now. I had some major surgery done. I appreciate all the well wishes, and I still have another week to go as far as like being able to pick up things and stuff, but I'm doing really well. It's given me definitely some good stitchy time, so that's a plus. I thought I would go ahead, and I do have notes today. Like, I feel like when you haven't done a video in 2 months, it's really hard to remember what you did. And I do use a planner. I use an Erin Condren planner, like an all-in-one life tracking, stitching, all the things, but still 2 months is a long time. So, but I'm glad to be back. And I thought I would just do like a little introduction again about myself, just because I feel like it's been a while since I've done that, for any new people just finding me. Yeah, and I say that because I have gone back, and I'll talk about that later on in the video, but I've gone back and watched a Flosstuber from the beginning that I, started watching maybe 2 years ago. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go back and watch her old videos again, because I had the time. And, there was things that I didn't know that you learn from starting from the beginning that you may not mention. So anyways, I live in Florida. I live in Ocala, Florida. So it's it's north, Ocala, where I am. So I'm about an hour and 45 minutes north central Florida from Orlando. My husband and I have been married this past November. It was just 30 years. I'm 51. I have 2 children. My oldest daughter, she's 27. She's been married 4.5 years, and our grandson Corbin, he just turned 3 last month. I can't believe that he just turned 3. Like, that saying when people say the older you get, the faster time goes, like, I feel like time is going by so super fast. Like, I can't believe we're already halfway through April. We have a son, 26. They both live here. My parents, both in the last few years, have both passed away in their early 70s. And then my husband's parents both are still well and living in Orlando. And then, extended family from there. Also, I thought I'd give a quick update because I have had some people ask. So my sister moved from Asheville to Irwin, Tennessee a couple of years ago and bought her first home. And she'd been in it a little bit over a year. And she unfortunately was one of the people directly affected by the flooding. She lived on Bumpus Cove. You may have seen it on the news because they've talked about that area. And her house was swept away by the river during Hurricane Helene back in September. And I had done a GoFundMe for her because she literally lost everything. And the GoFundMe money, she was able to buy an RV trailer, which is what she's been living in and still currently living in. And she is getting help from some local organizations. I want to say one of them is IDES. And I say local, it could also be national, I'm not sure. And through some churches and just all different foundations, like, they've just been helping people. Anyways, she just signed yesterday, and she is getting a 800 square foot home built for her from volunteers and all the things, and it's just amazing. I can't wait for her to be and have a home again. She's lucky, and she's so thankful for the GoFundMe money so that she was able to have a trailer all these months to live in. But she has 2 dogs. They don't have a yard. She can't have fencing. It's just a lot of things that she misses about her home and her things, obviously. So I just wanted to give that quick update on her. So again, thank you for all of those who donated during that time for her. I know she really, really, really appreciated it. So I know you're here for the cross stitch. Sorry, that was like a long update. But again, I just kind of wanted to like, just, you know, reintroduce myself. I've been stitching since 2018. Cross stitching, it was a hobby that I picked up with my mom when she couldn't quilt anymore, and I was trying to look for something that she could do sitting in her chair, and that's how that came up. So I've been quilting for probably I don't really know. I mean, I made a quilt when my daughter was young with just squares and hand tied it. And she was probably 5, so that's been over 20 years, but that was like a one-off kind of thing. I didn't really get into it, but I would definitely say the last 20 years, with the last few not being, not doing that many projects. I am currently doing Callie & Co. Block of the Month with friends, and so it's released the 3rd Saturday of the month, and then you have a month until the next one comes out to get it. And the next one's coming out for April, and I have not done March. So I need to get on that because it's coming out this Saturday for April. So anyway, sorry, tangent. And you'll see I'm in a different spot. So this is, if I'm in my craft room, I have this chair here. This is where I do, if I'm on Zooms with friends or like the Jingle Ball event, or sometimes stitching as well. Most of the time though, in the evening, I stitch out in the family room in my couch that reclines so that I can watch TV with my husband and chat and stitch at the same time. But I don't know, I just felt like I could sit instead of standing and just wanted to try a different area. So you'll see, there's not a lot of cross stitch behind me. Most of the cross stitch are on these cabinets I have here. There's different mini quilts, and there is that one cross stitch up there. And then that little one right there. But it's mostly mini quilts that I have up on the walls that I've made over the years. But if you want to see, I do have a highlight bubble. I don't know if it's called Sewing Room, I think, on my Instagram, which is Simply Stitching Ocala, and there's those little round bubbles at the top of someone's profile, and I have a lot of bubbles that I have saved. So I think it's Sewing Room or Quilt Room or Craft Room, one of those, and you could go see a tour when it was much cleaner than it is now. Okay, so we're gonna start off with some finishes. So in the beginning, when I was recovering from surgery, the first few days I did not stitch at all. I was very like I just wasn't able to focus. So I did not stitch. But then after that, I was like, okay, let me get some, because and I had my surgery on February 24th. So I was like, okay, let me get some Easter springy projects done, because I don't really have very many, which is why I didn't do any previous finishes. Then I realized that as time went on, I didn't get any of them fully finished. And now Easter is this weekend, but that's okay. I won't put them away. I plan to, in the next few weeks, still fully finish them so that they can go with my Easter decor when it gets put away. And they'll be ready for next year, right? Excuse me. Let me take a sip of my water. Sorry. Also, this is, I have the pink one now. This is from Fat Quarter Shop, their exclusive swig cup with the quilty pattern. It's on it, the quilty blocks, which I love. I have the aqua one also. Okay, so let's see. The first one, this is out of the Jelly Bean Jubilee book. And this was gifted to me by, I believe, Michelle Cunningham when I was at StitchCon in 2023. And I finally decided this year that I was going to stitch a few things out of it. And so the first finish, well, there's two finishes you'll see at the same time because I have them pinned to boards already. So this is on 20 count Wintermint. Oh, I should have said that in the beginning. I am also an Aida stitcher. I only stitch on 20 count Aida now. So I started off on the very beginning, a few projects on 14. Then I was 16 for several years. And then now I've moved to 20. And I love it because I love using one strand. I feel like it's the most look I can get to looking a tiny bit like linen. I love the linen look. All my friends stitch on linen. My eyes just don't let me, and I've tried, and that's okay because it's a hobby. It's supposed to be fun. So, anyways, back to the finish. So I have two different ones out of here. Let me see if I can find the names. So the first one, the Easter Parade, is the one I'm going to show you. At Easter Parade, and then tiptoeing through the tulips. And I realized that my little whatever, this is like you take thread and you tie it into a bow, and I realized that it's come undone, but that's okay. So again, this is on Atomic Ranch 20 count Wintermint, and I did my own color and cotton conversion, and it was the same threads that I used from Bunny and Bee that I did by Annie Bees. So I'm not sure if that's on my Instagram or not. If you want to know the colors, just send me a message. You send me a message on Instagram, a direct message at simplystitchingocala, or you can leave it in the comments and I can let you know. So those were both fun to stitch, and I love Wintermint by Atomic Ranch. I'm just gonna say, this one I feel like this one I can still put up. So the next one I'm gonna show you is Sprink Salt Boxes, and I didn't bring the pattern in. By color, and it's on Color and Cotton Harvest Wheat, and I feel like I could still finish this one and put it up for this year. I love the colors on that, and I'm trying to think, I don't remember if I changed the colors or did I do Color and Cotton. I didn't write it down. I feel like I may have picked my own colors that were very similar. Anyway, so I'll make that one probably into a little pillow. I feel like for a lot of years, so I've only framed like one thing, I think, or used a frame. I generally have finished things on like household items that are for seasonal decorating, and I really haven't done like a lot of pillows. And that was one thing when I pulled out my spring, I was like, spring Easter, I was like, I have no pillows. I had one little pillow. So I literally don't even have my dough bowl out right now because I don't have any pillows. So some of these are going to be pillows. The next one is The Robins Are Here by With Thy Needle and Thread. And I don't have this one because I already sent it to someone on Instagram that had commented on my post. This one is on Fiber on Whim, Milk and Honey 20 count. And I think I used the called for on this. It's actually really small. Smaller than I thought it was going to be. And in hindsight, I feel like I wish I would have made the colors a little brighter than what they are, because I feel like to go out with like, I mean, I'll still put it out with like spring decor, but I just feel like it could have been more springy colors than what the called for colors are, just to go with my decor. But it's still super cute, and it's going to be an adorable little pillow when I finish with it, right? It's a finish. Okay, the next one, this one's a PDF download. This one is from Thread Milk Designs. It's called Bunny Feather Tree, and I did this on Bestichme Sand Dollar 20 count. And I know that I just picked originally, if you can see on the pattern, it's a PDF paper pattern, but the carrots had purple at the top, and I am a blue girl, aqua girl, so I changed those to aqua. And I know I just picked my own colors, and I didn't write it down. This was like a super quick and easy stitch, like super quick and easy. And you can download the PDFs, and she has like a patriotic one. I think she has a bee one. She has a lot of different feathered trees. So I would definitely go take a look on her website. She has paper patterns also, I believe, but you can download the PDFs when you just want something new to start, right? So the next one, so the next two I actually have ordered. I've ordered frames for, but I don't have them framed. Our Michaels, I know some people have great with Michaels and Hobby Lobby. So I have not heard good experiences from people locally here. And again, it has to do with the people that are working there, not necessarily the store, if they're just not experienced in working with needlework. And I actually am going to, I've decided, I've been like completely a seasonal stitcher the whole time I've been stitching. Sorry, there's something on there. And that's fine. It's not that I'm not going to seasonally stitch some smaller ones because I need something in between, right? But I have decided that I want to do an everyday stitching wall in my hallway. So we only use our garage door. Like, I was like so happy when we built this house. I'm like, oh my gosh, we have this great front porch and I love the cute door, and I always have it decorated and no one sees it because the driveway is long and it's nowhere near the front door and everyone comes in the garage. So when you come in the garage, there's like a long hallway and you can see our bedroom, and then immediately you turn right, the opening is right there to go into the kitchen and the rest of the house. And that whole wall to the left, now it does have a thermostat on the wall, which I've thought about possibly getting, if I could find a shelf that would go over the thermostat and like come out, like almost like a box around it, but still almost be like filigree openings, so like air is still getting in there. I don't know. It's a smart thermostat, so I use the app on my phone, and we have it set temperature controlled, so nobody really touches it anyways. But if I could put up something like that, possibly to cover it with maybe like command strips, so if we really need to take it down, you know, we can take it down. I don't know. I've gone back and forth because sometimes some people say like, oh, your thermostat won't register correctly, which is why I was saying like, don't have it shut off from getting air. If I could find some kind of shelf that was like more filigree. And that's the wall that I'm going to start to put stitches on, framed, that are everyday stitches to stay out and not just seasonal stitches. Of course, my husband says, your closet wall, you could put it in there. I mean, he's just joking. He does not care. I mean, it's very rarely. He always says he loves how I decorate. He loves all my seasonal stuff. He does joke that whatever holiday is up, if something happens to me and I'm gone, that's the holiday that will always stay up, which I know that's kind of morbid to say, but that's what he says. Anyways, all of that, I know, I'm scrolling down holes. All of that was just to say these next two are ones that I'm going to put on that wall. So I have the frames ordered. They came in. I need to cut mat board and do the batting and lacing and all the things that I have not done before because I haven't framed. And I just got them a couple days ago, so I just have not done it yet. So the first one is a new market release, and this one I'm actually going to do a giveaway at the end of the video for. So it's, I'm sure you've seen Friendship Garden by Plum Street. And if you'll notice that on the first line, it says, if I had a flow, because the ER for flower is on the second line. And I really liked this when it came out, but I was just like, I really don't like that it says, if I had a flow instead of flower. And I was like, I'm going to change that. I got to figure it out. And that's what I did. So this one is on 20 count. It's on Roxy fabric. I think it's Penettone. And I changed it so that flower would be on one line. And I literally just moved it over. So the things I added the flower here and this flower over here just to kind of balance it out after moving it. But I like it so much better that the flower, and I realize a lot of times when they're doing these, if they were a sampler and that's how it was done, that's how they were going to do it. But again, I feel like designers like that we make changes and make it our own. So that's what I wanted to do. And it's going to have like a black scrolly type frame on it. And there's not going to have any glass or any matte. It's just going to be, so that's going to be on the wall soon. Hopefully, I already got the command strips for frames. And I believe I did all the called for colors on this one, which is not always usual for me, but I did. And like I said, I'm going to give that away at the end of the video. And then the next one I was doing with my friends, Jess, who is Como Stitches, and Felicia, who is Floss and Blocks on Instagram. And they are still finishing theirs. They're getting closer by the day. I was able to finish only because, again, when you can't do a lot and you're recovering and you're supposed to just sit around, you know, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to get something done, or at least that's how I am. So this is done on a 20 count piece of Legacy Fiber Arts Millstone. I love this fabric. I love it. And I only have the one piece. Now I can cut off some after I go to frame it and lace it. I will cut off some, and I should have enough like to do like a small ornament or something, but I really hope sometime in the future she's going to dye some Millstone. So this is every opening flower. And I did use, I'll tell you some changes. So I did use the Vicky Clayton Silks conversion on this. So it's definitely like the colors are a little brighter than the called for. And then I changed, and I don't have it written down. Shame on Jody, I didn't have it written down. But I changed the house color because I knew it was Mountain Mist, and mine was like very green, and I wanted it to be in the picture. When you look, it's a blue house. It may be hard to tell, but so anyways, I changed it to a color and cotton color, and the same thing. So I used that same color for up top here and over here, and then on the birds, the lighter color blue, it's on there. And then I also used a darker blue, and I know I haven't put my threads away. So I just don't have it here with me. But if you want to know the color blues, I may have put it on my Instagram. I didn't bring my phone over, did I? Oh, I did. Let me just check really quick. I can't remember. Did I put it on my Instagram? A lot of times, so I am not a big poster. I generally put, okay, yes, so I did. So the two blue colors, I was just going to say, I story a lot, but I don't always post a lot on Instagram. So the two blue colors are from Color and Cotton are Trapeze and House of Mirrors. So I'm not sure if those are everyday in-stock colors or if those were colors from when I was in the thread club. But this I love it. But those flowers, that urn, they were killing me. Like I felt like those were like the never-ending flowers. I just felt like it was so much counting. But I'm so happy to have it done. And it's gonna be beautiful. This will be up on the new wall also. So I'm super excited. I need to make myself make time to figure out, watch some videos. I did watch Lori Holt's video about how she cuts the mat board and then she glues on batting and then she laces to the back and then she puts it in the open frame. So that is my plan to do it, but I know you've seen it a million times. I know so many people have stitched it. I just love it. But don't you love that fabric? Again, it's Millstone. So this is how much is left on the bottom. So I'll have a few inches that hopefully I could do some smalls on, but I love that fabric by Legacy Fiber Arts. And I will also give away this every opening flower at the end as well, because I'm done with it, so I don't need it anymore. Okay, so now let's go on to whips. So I'm going to start with the one that I was working on last night. I was on a Zoom stitch with friends, and let me see, I'll just use the back of this for now. This is a market release by With Thy Needle and Thread called Summer Trio. And I just love that with the strawberries and all the things. And so it's still in my hoop. And I am using the called for colors on this. So I just love it. Last night I was like, I don't have anything to do fill in, and when you're talking and all the things, and I was like, oh, I haven't done the letters on that one. So I was like, let me pull that out. Letters to me are generally pretty easy. So if I worked on this, I could get this done in a night or two. If I worked on it a little bit more, I'll just show you. I've been working on others, so I just haven't gotten to it. The next one I decided to start this weekend, and I'm gonna blame Chantel for this. I've seen all the people that did the Sully stand-up bowl, Sully Stitches, the stand-up bowl, all the animal crackers, and I'm in Carrie Tiger Lily's Patreon, and that she did an amazing finishing video, and all the people that have stitched, and I kept resisting and resisting and resisting. And then Chantel released her, I think it's called Stitch Cubby. I'll make sure that I put it below, but display. Now she has a couple different ones. She has like an antique reproduction like tray, and then she also has like a box, but these are like freestanding boxes, and she did a display. If you go to Chantel 141 Design Company on Instagram, or you can go to her direct website, you can see she did cubbies that are just stained, and she has the animal crackers in them with little, just different little ribbons or different little things in there. And I was like, okay, that's it. It's pushed me over the edge. I'm gonna do it because I wanna do that display in my front hallway. So for a while now, my front hallway, it has like an old, like a tool caddy, an antique tool caddy, and I like that side and the plant in the middle. But then the other side has like an older tiered tray with, I feel like just stuff that I've thrown on there. Like, not happy with that side of it. And I'm like, I keep thinking about what I was going to put. I was going to try to find like antique-ish looking, like tiny cubbies and make all tinies, because I love, how Sully Stitches has hers. I love her setup with that. But when I saw Chantel's Stitch Cubby, I was like, that's it. So I've already picked the 5 I'm gonna stitch. And the first one I just went with the easiest. I just went with the smaller one since I have different whips right now going on. And that one is Bobbin by Animal Cracker. And I believe I am going to stitch the little pillow as well. And I actually have antique spools that I can put some ribbon and stuff around to go in with it. So I have just a little start. I worked on him on Sunday. It was beautiful here sitting outside. And this is on 20 count Old Sheep by XG Design. I love it. And they have like, if you're sitting this far away, if you've never used, I'm just going to say, if you've never used XG Design fabrics, they're from Hungary and they are amazing. They're so great to work with. I'm carrying them in my store now. They're so great to work with, but I just love, there's like a faint, like perfumey smell. Like even this close, I don't smell it, but then when you get right up to it, I just love the smell of it. So I'm not sure what they use when they wash it, but it smells good. So, and I didn't bring the rest over. So I'm going to do Bobbin, and I'm going to do Maggie May, which is the bunny that everybody's done. And I'm going to do, I think it's Henrietta, which is the chicken. and I'm going to do Clovis and Lily. Now I probably will change some of the, I will change some of the colors on them, like, because I don't want them to be completely dark. Definitely Henrietta the chicken is like, to me, it looks super dark looking at the picture. It could be different when you pull the threads, but so I don't know when my goal is. I ordered 5 boxes from Chantel, and then I have to, when they come in, you have to put them together and then you have to stain them. So I do still have some time. I mean, they probably won't be here for like a month or so, and then you have to stain them or whatever. So I don't know how quickly I'm gonna stitch on those animal crackers, but I'm excited. And my grandson Corbin, I showed him the picture, and he's so cute, because sometimes if I'm watching him and I try to stitch a little bit at night, and again, I don't really get much done, but he'll want to help me like pull the thread up, and then I push it down, and then he pulls it up, you know. And so he knows when I say stitching, he knows what it is. And I showed him the picture, and I said, all those animals are stitched. And he said, oh, Mimi, it's so cute. Are you stitch those? Like he wants me to stitch them. I'm like, that's the plan, buddy. So, I mean, I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm super thankful that Carrie did the finishing tutorial video, because I don't know, I just feel like it's that much scarier cutting into the pieces. Just definitely gonna make sure when I cut around it, I give myself plenty of room. Okay, the next one is the ongoing whip. Let's see, when did I start this? And I did work on, I did work on this, I think one day I worked on the barn. So I started this in August of 23, people. August of 23. And I'm talking about Plum Street, This Happy Morning, and I'm doing the dark version up top. And I'm doing it on 20 count fiber on a whim by Night Sky. And I know you've seen it. I know you've seen it. But I'm going to show it to you again, because I did do some progress on the barn. When I tell you that that barn, it's a lot of stitching. And it's not like, I don't feel like it's really like fill-in. I mean, if you outline all of the flowers, the flower pattern that is in the barn, then you can just fill those in. But anyways, it's difficult. That dark, super dark fabric, for whatever reason, I just have a really hard time seeing it. But I need to tell myself, because I think it would look so beautiful on this new wall that I'm doing, that I really need to make it a goal to get it finished this year. Now, I don't know. I don't think, and also to mention, I'm not doing all that grass down there and the border, so I'm only going to stop like here. Like I've done like 3 or 4 rows of grass, and that's it. And it'll be perfect, because I don't need to do all that grass and all that more border. I mean, that's always in my original plan, even before. And I don't know. I mean, do the Christmas trees, I don't think it's supposed to be anything Christmassy. I mean, I know the colors are like reds and greens, but it's going to stay up all year. And I know that's a deer, right? It's not a reindeer. Anyways, it's going to stay up all year, because I feel like this is the hardest project I've ever worked on for me, for whatever reason. I don't think it's just that can't talk. I don't think it's just that the fabric is dark. I think the weave, to me, when I'm looking at it, because I'm looking at it, there's another, like there's a 20 count right underneath it. I don't know if I can put it up there for you to see, but I just feel like the weave itself on it is so much tighter. And again, I stitch on Ada because I can't see well on linen. I've tried. So I have to have really good light. I have to have white behind it. Ideally, it's awesome if I can stitch outside, you know, like it needs to be all the right environments. And I just felt like lately that I have not had the patience for it. And if I'm not in the mood, then I don't want to stitch on it, because I'll end up making a bunch of mistakes, because that's what happens. But I'm really going to try to make myself have the goal and get back to Big Beautiful Monday, stitching with friends, that we use that hashtag for Mondays to stitch on a big girl. And that's a big girl for me. And get back to doing that, and try to get it done this year. So it could not be, I mean, ideally it would be nice. This is April, May, June, July. It would be really nice if I could get it done before the end of August, before it's been a 2-year-old whip, right? It'll be 2 years. I started August 31st of 23. So we'll see. I'm not gonna say I am, because then I make plans and then I break plans, and you know, it's a thing. So anyways, moving on to the next one. And I don't know why I didn't bring that pattern in. So this one is Things Unseen. And I had printed, oh, over here. This one is Things Unseen by Lizzie Kate, that you can get at 123 Stitch. And you have to buy all 3 parts. And then they also, I don't know if it's in stock, but they also have an accessory pack that goes with it. Sorry, let me get a drink. And there were some friends of mine stitching it. And so I hopped on and decided to stitch it, although I started it February 16th, and I haven't gotten very much done. I haven't given it much love. I was stitching with Sarah, which is Stitchy Sarah Reads on Instagram, my friend Allison, who's AllieCat13, Michelle Lee Quilts, Benton Station Crafter, which is Karen, and Short and Stitchy Emily. And everyone, I believe, has finished, except myself, Karen, and Emily. So Sarah, Allison, and Michelle have all finished. Oh, and Mrs. Jones, Holly. And she's finished as well. And this is how far I've gotten. And it's really pretty. So I did my own color and cotton conversion. And because I was doing like every color different, I took a picture, sorry, from talking so much. I took a picture of the symbol chart, and the original colors are over here. And then these are my colors from Color and Cotton. So I just picked colors that are similar, but different. Yeah, so I'm really, it's definitely a little brighter coloring than the original, but so this is one I need to get back to. And I'm not sure if this one, like, I feel like the colors, because I brightened it up, I feel like the colors are going to be more something, obviously you can tell in my stitching room that I have bright colors. The rest of my house is very like farmhousey. It all flows together, the decorating. But in my sewing quilting room, I'm allowed to have color explosion, as I want to say. But so I'm not sure. I'll have to wait and see when I finish it, if it's going to go in here or if it's going to go on the new wall. I'll have to see. But it's still, I don't have the pattern. I have it out there in my bag. I didn't bring it in. I know I still have a lot to go. So this will still be, I feel like, an ongoing whip for a while, because I get distracted by other things. This one, I know you guys have seen quite a lot of people stitching on it. And this is A Daily Reminder by Brenda Gervais. And I am doing this on the called for, and I need to change that on there because originally I was going to go with Cypress. Anyways, I'm doing it on the called for Arboreal by Cedar River Linens. And fun fact, I did not realize, because, you know, the name says Cedar River Linens. And I always see people showing their beautiful linens from them. And so when this pattern came out and the color was from her, I was like, oh man, I guess I won't be stitching it on the call for color because it's from Cedar River Linens. Sorry. And when I went to their website, I was like, they have 18 and 20 count Aida. I was shocked. I had no idea. I didn't know they did Aida. So it's on the called for, which is it's very like dark olivey green with a little bit of brown undertone. So to me, it looks different. To me, on the cover photo, this looks brown, even though this is the called for fabric. But I really do love it. I started it on something else, and I was just like, I just don't love it. I think I need to go back to it. And now I really like it. And I did change the house. Instead of it being the pink house, I did change the house, and the house is Seafoam by Weeks. And I am not doing, on Aida, it's just not good. I'm not doing that satin stitch border outside of the letters. So I still have to do like some vines, the rest of the bunny, that's like a half bunny, the fencing, and a tree. And then I will be finished. So I haven't worked on this in probably, I don't know, maybe a week or more possibly. I don't know. I went from every opening flower and then started this one. And again, if you know me, I normally do like small projects. So I needed just like a little bit of a break. So that's good that I'm working on the summer trio right now. But I want to get back to it because, again, I think that this one is going to be great on the wall with the other pieces, and it's going to give some variety of fabric color. So I'm excited to have this one done as well. All right, so that was a lot of whips, a lot of finishes. And now I'll move on to haul. So, like I said, I've been stitching a lot of stuff while I was recovering, and I actually started watching a lot of Flosstube. So Christy, the crosshatch quilter, I've been following her for a while, watching her Flosstubes, but I didn't watch like the first 3 years of her videos. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go back and watch. And oh my gosh, again, only because I had the time, not working, recovering. Every video, oh my gosh, I haven't seen that one. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Write this down, put it on my list, stop the video, go look for it. I can't tell you how influenced I have been by watching, starting from the beginning, and I'm not even through, I'm like halfway through, watching her videos. And, you know, I have a cross stitch store on Etsy, which is Simply Stitching Ocala. I, at this time, with my needle and thread, is not taking new wholesale people, so I cannot get her patterns. So I bought a variety of them from Top Knot Stitcher, I think, Colorado Cross Stitcher. I'm trying to think who else. I can't think. Just a variety of different stores. Because after watching her videos, I was like, I need that. I need that. I need that. I need that. I don't know. I mean, listen, I have more patterns than I'll ever stitch in my lifetime, right? But I'm on this. I want some more everyday things to make this wall. So that is what the majority of my haul is. And I'm going to show it. I mean, I did get market haul, but I'm not going to show that because, you know, at this point, everybody's seen the market haul from everyone else's videos. So I'm just going to show you some of these because I feel like a lot of them were patterns that I had not seen. So the first one is called Needle and Thread. And this lady's dress, look at how poofy her dress is. She got a poofy dress, but I love it. She has that sewing tomato on her with the spools. And I think this is actually one that I'm going to put on that wall, even though it's like, could go in my stitching room. I feel like because I like the mutedy colors and my sewing room is so bright that it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't go in here. Now this is a seasonal one, but I just love it. Hickety pickety. I have chickens. So we live on 7 acres, and we have 2 cows that we've raised since they were a week old, bottle fed, named Sadie and Pepper. And then we have 2 goats that are called Hazel and Olive that are not ours as far as, I mean, they're ours, but we did not go get goats. It's a story from a neighbor, and anyways. And then we have chickens. So this, I just find it's adorable. And I only have a couple Halloween things because I didn't used to decorate for Halloween since my kids were younger, but now that I have a grandson, I'm going to start doing it. Now this one's called Be Happy, Humble, and Kind. And I swear, like, I don't remember ever seeing anybody show this. Now I do feel like I'm going to change it. I feel like I don't necessarily want the people in it to go on my wall. So I may look at some of her other patterns and like leave the flowers that they're holding. Let me show you the pattern. I love the bees, and I don't know if those are peacocks or if they're supposed to be blue chickens. I don't know. But I love the bowl, the house in it. Like, I love all of it, except I don't know if I love the people. It says be happy, humble, and kind, which I love that saying. So I feel like I'm going to like take the people out, maybe keep the flowers where they are, go a little bit further down, or like put some kind of trees where they are, something. Because I love this, I just don't know if I love the people. And I had never seen this before. And I love the colors. And I feel like I'll probably use some color and cottons on that. Just because I want it to look like the cover photo. And sometimes I feel like her cover photos look a little bit different when you actually pull the threads. Or it could be like this one came out. Let's see. Sorry. I didn't put it back correctly. Sorry for the crinkle. I didn't put it back correctly, so the back is not on here. Ah! Oh, now I just dropped stuff. Sorry. I was trying to see when this came out. 2014. So, yeah. It's been out for quite a while, but I swear I've never seen anybody. And I just, blue is my favorite and I love it. So, I think that would look so good on my wall. This was another one that I had not seen, called Our Hearts. And I love it because it's like a longer, skinnier one. So it's 90 wide by 208 high. So it's showing the finished size as 5 wide by 11.5 high. So I want to make that for the wall. I just want to see if there's anything else for the wall, or these are more seasonal. So these are more seasonal. This one possibly, no, it's probably too small. So the rest of these were seasonal ones that she influenced me. I think almost all of them. There might be 1 or 2 that weren't, but this one is Blessings Be Thine. So I mean, it's a fall piece. Again, not sure if I would do the people. I might just add like a flower from that other bottom side and put it over there where the people are. But love that one. This one I had actually almost thought about starting. This one is Liberty House. And this one is 100 wide by 140. That has a lot of dense stitching, but super cute. This is Summer Schoolhouse, lesson number 3. So that's a cute, another little patriotic one. Where this one, oh my gosh, when she showed this one, I was just like, oh, I love that. Patriotic Poppies. And this one is 150 by 123. I love that with the sheep. And then those are like felt flowers that she attached on or made. I don't know. I haven't actually paid attention to how they did it, but I love that one, patriotic. And then this is another one with a sheep that's fall called Boo and Babby. with the pumpkin, with again the felt flowers in the different colorway for fall. This one I'm unsure about if it will go on the wall or not. This one is 154 wide by 197 high. I feel like it can go on there. So this one's called Summer at Cherry Hill. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention when I was talking about all our animals that we also have bees. So, and if you can tell in there, there's bees flying around, beehive, there's beehive in the grass with bees. And so I just felt like this was something that I would like probably for the wall, as long as it was big enough, but I think it is. I had never seen, I feel like I'd never seen Berry Keeper with the spools of thread. I don't think I would finish it in an oval, I don't think, but it could definitely, I feel like this would be a great pillow, because I put up, so when I take down Easter soon, then I put up Patriotic, and that stays up through 4th of July, and then I put up Summer, which is strawberries and bees and lemons, you know, it's like a variety. I've never made a drum. I mean, I have seen this one before, A Girl in Her Garden. But I feel like at some point I want to make a drum. So here's what the whole stitch looks like. And then the last one is Summer Schoolhouse Lesson Number 1. So, and I have more. I have more. I didn't want to show them all. These were more that I was just been influenced by Christy. But I just feel like, there are so many, and I have a lot of the other ones I have are, I have a lot of, for some reason I have a lot of Halloween ones from her, from With Thy Needle and Thread. And again, like I said, I haven't been doing Halloween, so I feel like I wanted to get Halloween, and so I was buying different things from different people, and then come to find out, I ordered 2 of the same Halloween pattern. So at some point, those will be future giveaways as well. Fabric wise, I'll just show you a couple pieces. So that one you already saw from Millstone from Legacy Fiber Arts, I love. I have some other ordered from Legacy Fiber Arts that's not here yet. But I got this one, which is such a pretty color, like light green, called Into the Veil by Bestichme. So not sure what I'm going to put on this yet, but love it. And then I have never used Lap and Loops fabric, but I ordered some just to have some darker colors on hand, because I feel like I don't have, I didn't have a lot of browns when I was looking for something to possibly do the daily reminder instead of the greeny arboreal. So let's see, one is called Mudlark and one is called Country Mile. And they are both Lap and Loops. Some really nice mottled brown ones. And then, so my friends and I, Jess, who's Como Stitches, and Felicia, who is Floss and Box. Sorry, I don't know all this talking. We are all going to Welcome Stitchery Retreat in Minnesota next month. So I'm flying there. Jess is driving from Missouri, and then Felicia already lives there. So she is graciously picking me up at the airport and then driving to the retreat. And it's hosted by Welcome Stitchery, and Teresa Koga is the designer, and Chantel 141 is doing the finishing piece. So I'm excited for that. And we were all talking that we liked this pattern that came out at Market. And so then we said, well, you know what? Why don't we all stitch that together and start it at the retreat? So this is the one I'm talking about. This is Honeybee Sampler. I don't want to drop this, hold on. Honeybee Sampler by Pansy Patch. And this is a market release for this year. And again, I was like, yes, please, because we have bees and I just think it's so pretty. And I really have not done something larger like monochromatic and finished it. So we are going to start that on May 17th. That's a Saturday. And so if you'd like to join us, you can use the hashtag honeybee sampler, SAL for Sal, honeybee sampler Sal, hashtag on Instagram. They are using, Felicia and Jess are using the called for linen, which is Roxy Floss. Trying to see if it says, yes. Roxy Floss linen. It doesn't say the number on here. Does it say? Well, I'm not sure. I'm not seeing it right here. Oh, sorry. It's at the very top. It's stitched on 36 count arrowroot by Roxy Floss. And of course I was like, well, what am I going to stitch it on? So as I mentioned earlier, I'm carrying XJU design in my fabric in my store now. And I had gotten an order in, and I'm gonna take it off the board. I don't think I have any more in the store. Well, there might be a piece of 40 count linen coming. I mean, there might be 40 count linen in there, but there's no more Ada. Anyways, it's called Rocky Mountain, and it's like a light creamy tan with modeling. And I just think, and then this is the called for Creme Brulee by Roxy Floss Co. And I just think that it's going to be so pretty on that. So pretty. It'll be so pretty. I do know that I should have more fabric coming from XJU Design next week. And I know that this is a color in there. Like I said, I think I might still have 40 count linen in there, but I will be getting in of the same color, which is Rocky Mountain. I should be getting 36 count linen and more 20 count Ada if you're interested. So I'm excited to start that. So I would love if y'all would join us. Again, you can use the hashtag honeybee sampler Sal, so we can all stitch along and see our progress. I really should say start along, not stitch along, because sometimes I don't finish them. I start them. So maybe we'll just call it start along. But yeah, I just think that's so pretty. So again, this is the pattern again. I know you guys have seen it from Market, and we'll be starting it on May 17th if you guys want to join us. All right, so I thought I would do, so like I mentioned, I have a store, Simply Stitching Ocala on Etsy, and at the end of this month, at the end of April, which I won't be back till sometime in May, it will be 1 year since I opened the store. So I'm super grateful for all of you that have purchased from me, and lots of repeat buyers, and I so appreciate that. And so I'm gonna do a couple giveaways today. So just to kind of celebrate that. So I'm gonna do this Woodland Witch is one of the ones that I double ordered in all of my buying frenzy while I was recovering. And then this is cross stitch bundle, finishing bundle that I have in the store. So I have a lot of different finishing bundles. So this particular one, you get 4 different, they're from Riley Blake, these are Lori Holt, 4 different fat quarters. And then you get 3, let me make sure, 1, 2, yeah, 3 yards of the Lori Holt vintage trim, which is rickrack. And then just a couple pieces of felt if you like to do like pillow finishings where you slit the back open and then you cover it with felt. So this will be giveaway number 1 will be this together. And just, I guess, I want to put in there, like, do you have an everyday wall display in your house? Like, I would love to see if you did, if you wanted to add a picture. But if not, just tell me, do you have an everyday stitching wall that you have up in your house. And then use, like I said, this will be number 1. So use number 1. And then number 2 will be Friendship Garden. So, I mean, this is the pattern I used, but I don't really use it because most of the time I take pictures, and, you know, so there's no writing or anything on it because I take pictures and use my tablet. So this will be number 2. Again, just tell me, do you have a everyday wall in your house, and put if you want number 1 or you want number 2, or do you want number 3, which is every opening flower. So that's number 3. So 3 chances to win, and I plan to be back. I usually try to record once a month. Again, this has been 2 months since recovering from surgery, but I plan to be back next month. I love to share all the things with you. So I appreciate you spending some time with me. I hope maybe you saw some things that you haven't seen before. And if you have any questions, you know, you can always put them down below. And if you're not subscribed, I would appreciate if you hit the subscribe button, and you can hit that little bell notification so you know the next time that I do a video, since I'm not a regularly weekly person. And yeah, I just thank you for joining me, and happy stitching until next time. Bye.